Rachel Morrison makes her directorial debut with The Fire Inside, based on the true story of Clarissa T-Rex Shields, the first woman boxer in U.S. history to win an Olympic gold medal in boxing. Rachel Morris has actually been a cinematographer for a while, shooting movies like Black Panther, Cake, Dope, and Fruitvale Station, starring Michael B. Jordan. She's actually the first woman to be nominated for an Oscar for Best Cinematographer for the film Mudbound, which makes her an outstanding choice to tell this actual story. The film starts with a beautiful overhead shot of the city of Flint, Michigan on a snowy day as the camera follows Clarissa Shields as a young girl running to the city's boxing gym, where she's denied training because of her gender.
Girl named Clarissa came into the gym tonight. What you think about girls boxing?
Don't see no reason why she can't. She got hands.
Boxing coach Jason Crutchfield, played by Brian Tyree Henry, is hesitant to train the young girl, but he sees a fire inside her that he wants to cultivate into something that grows her. So we fast forward to her as a 16-year-old. She's living with her mom and 3 siblings with nothing to eat but moldy bread and having to eat cereal with water instead of milk. She's fighting to break out of this poverty while trying to escape her traumatic past. Her coach is the most stable thing in her life and becomes like a father figure to her. That is until her biological father is released from jail, causing tension between her and Coach Jason. She's fighting to be the first U.S. woman to win a gold medal in the 2012 Olympics, thinking that this will be the beginning of the end of her poverty for her and her family, but is disillusioned by more obstacles in her way. I've always been a huge fan of boxing movies. Some of my favorites are, of course, Raging Bull, The Hurricane, $1 Million Baby, Ali, and of course my favorite of all time, Rocky, and the whole Rocky saga. I love boxing movies because they are all about getting beaten down by life and getting back up again. One of my all-time favorite quotes from any movie is from Rocky Balboa that sums up every single Rocky movie and pretty much every single boxing movie.
You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
So when I saw this trailer to this movie, I was pretty excited to see it. But the thing is, it doesn't have a lot of boxing in it. And the boxing matchups are pretty short. You do get the classic training montages to the music, and I'm a huge fan of that in the Rocky films specifically. But the boxing is pretty minimal. But this movie isn't really about boxing. It's about Clarissa Shields. The movie is a coming-of-age story about this girl who, growing up in Flint, Michigan, is dealing with a really hard hand that life has dealt her. She doesn't let life knock her down. She trains to fight as a boxer as a way to cope, but also because she sees it as a way out of this poverty. And it doesn't go quite like she plans or wanted, which is what makes this movie so great. She's a teenager who has to deal with a relationship with a boy. She goes bowling with friends. She goes to the prom. She starts wearing makeup for the first time. She goes to school like any normal kid. She's trying to understand life and leave the past behind and go forward toward adulthood, navigating her relationship with her mom, who was always with the wrong guy, neglecting her siblings, and she has these parties at home with very questionable people. She feels an obligation to take care of her siblings and her mom. She tries to balance all of this while training for the Olympics. Ryan Destiny, who plays Clarissa, is powerful in this role. There's a scene where she loses a match that is absolutely heartbreaking to watch, knowing that, for one, this is the only match that she's ever lost, but it also makes her feel like she's not in control of the one thing that she thought she was in control of in her life. If she can get beaten as a boxer, then life will potentially beat her down too. It's a huge wake-up call for her at this point of the film, and it is really, really great. Brian Tyree Henry as Coach Crutchfield is so endearing and fun to watch. Henry is such a great actor, and I think he's very underrated in my opinion. I loved watching him in the FX show Atlanta with Donald Glover, and he's really great in The Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. He's a great voice of reason for Clarissa in her chaotic stage of life. Clarissa Shields, if you've ever seen her as a boxer, you'll know she's pretty incredible. She's tough but grounded, and she's a very charismatic but in a weird way, a very humble person too. And Ryan Destiny plays her perfectly as a teenager. This is a type of Cinderella story in a way, but it isn't a typical boxing fairy tale. After Clarissa wins the gold medal is when the movie actually shines. No one endorses her, nobody wants her. She's a celebrity in her hometown of Flint, but she's not on any Wheaties box or cereal box like a lot of the Olympians. And no one wants to endorse a normal-looking girl boxer who is considered a bully.
He just seemed like a bully.
I box. I am a bully. Floyd a bully, Ward a bully. Hell, even Ali was a bully.
After the Olympics, she goes back to her normal life, wondering what all the training and sacrifice was really for, knowing that it really didn't get her anywhere. With that, the film becomes something else, and I appreciated what the director went for here. It was different, it made you think, and the story felt realistic, unlike Rocky beating the Russian Drago. The relationship between Clarissa and her coach was, of course, a little cliche, but secretly I enjoyed it. And when there is friction between them, you feel it, and you feel that separation between the two of them. The movie is actually more complex than we're led to believe from the trailer. Written by Barry Jenkins, the writer and director of films like Moonlight and If Beale Street Could Talk, it's a beautiful movie about moving forward during a very confusing and awkward period of life, the teenage years. But it's also about being a teenager in the poorest areas of Flint, Michigan during that time. It's a story that's been told before, but this is Clarissa's story, and it's told truthfully and with a lot of heart and value to the person watching this film. The Fire Inside is a great coming-of-age story, more than it is a great boxing movie. There are some great performances here by Ryan Destiny and Brian Tyree Henry that are fun and heartbreaking. It's a movie that will make you cheer, hurt for the characters, and inspire you maybe. It's a heartfelt movie with a lot of personality. I hope that people will check this film out because I feel like it's underrated and under everyone's radar like the Nickel Boys. I almost missed it myself. It opened Christmas Day and it's playing in theaters now, but who knows for how long. I'm giving The Fire Inside a 3 out of 5 stars. There's actually a lot to this movie, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. Let me know if you've seen this movie and what you thought of it. What did you think of the ending? Like and subscribe if you don't mind. It's always so appreciated. And thank you so much for watching. It really means so much. And remember, don't wait till it streams. Let's go to the theater and let's see it together.
Most people see it in their entire lifetime. I want you to take that fire inside of you and turn it into something good.